From Sid Cichy Stadium in Fargo, North Dakota. Good evening, everybody. I'm Jed Thomas alongside my partner Will Kenny as we get set for North Dakota High School girls soccer action as the Shanley Deacons prepare to take on the West Fargo High School Packers. Well, folks, we got a great matchup in store for you here between two EDC foes going at it in the bitter cold. And tell us, Will, what should we expect from these two teams tonight?
Jed, I think in this game you can expect the Packers to come out firing early. They're going to be trying to seek revenge after a 3-0 loss on their home field to the Deacons earlier this year. And I also think that they're going to have to try to get through a stifling Deacon defense that's only allowed 9 goals through 11 games so far this season.
That is a very keen observation there, Will. The Deacon defense has been fantastic. And, look for that to be a huge key in this game as it's going to be tough for West Fargo to break through. That said, they certainly have the ability. The thing I love about the way West Fargo plays is they've really got an edge and a tenacity. They just don't give up pursuing the ball, and it leads to a lot of good offensive opportunities. With that in mind, you mentioned revenge for that 3-0 loss to Shanley. That's definitely going to be on their minds. But another thing that's really got to be pushing them is they're coming off a home loss, 8-0 to Davies. There's got to be a fire inside of them to win, wouldn't you think?
After a loss like that, all you want to do is get out there and get a victory. So they're going to be out here, they're going to be working hard, and they're going to be giving it their all for sure.
100%, very true. West Fargo, they have definitely got some motivation here tonight. Look for this to be a great game. Well, folks, it is elementary night here at Sid Sitch, and you see some little Deacons running out there with the varsity squad. Fun sight this evening. With youth in mind, let's transition over to the West Fargo team. You really got to take a look at how young this squad is. They've only got 2 seniors on this roster. They got a lot of 10th and 9th graders, but I really don't think that's going to affect the way they play tonight. What do you think, Will?
They had a strong team last year. They're coming back. They're younger. They're stronger. They're faster. They're really working and improving. When you come back from having such a strong team, you want to improve all these younger players. So they're going to come out here. They're trying to prove themselves. They're trying to show that they have what it takes to compete at this level.
A lot of factors driving the Packers this evening. And on the Deacons side of things, you're looking at a really successful season going on here. They've had some struggles against some quality teams, but they've really been putting on a show in the East, and they've sent a message to the state. Right now, if you're Shanley, you just want to keep notching those victories and carry that momentum all the way to tournament time. We are just seconds away from getting underway here. Both teams getting in some final pregame huddles, going over game plans. As we mentioned, folks, it is bitterly cold out tonight. Starting things off with our famed Colby Johnson weather report. Folks, the hood is already up. Colby is shivering out there. But a big thank you to Mr. Colby Johnson and Cole Fredericks running the cameras and braving the conditions. We are also joined by first-time Shanley TV commentator Will Kenny. Will, are you pumped?
I'm extremely excited. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Well, we love having you here, and we love a great soccer game, and I think that's what we're going to get. Both teams now breaking from their respective huddles.
Looking at formations, it looks like the West Fargo Packers will be running a 4-4-2 with a flat 4 in the back. That'll be interesting against the Shanley Deacons forwards. Brooklyn Dew, especially, her speed, she's going to be trying to break through that flat 4.
Dew, as you said, quite the offensive weapon, has been on display many a time this season. Should be fun to watch her against this West Fargo D.
The Deacons, on the other hand, will be running a 3-5-2. They're really going to be trying to use those outside mids to swing the ball around. Should be interesting. You'll see a lot of running up and down the field from those outside mids.
And we are underway. Dew going to send that ball back to her midfielder. Carrying through now, that ball from Kelsch. Intercepted, but then brought back by Kelsch, trying to work that one through to Conwisher. Conwisher gets it past Lee. Now Dew with it with some nifty moves. Over, looking for Bath. Bath trying to get that one through the West Fargo mid. She will not. Now fighting for it, though, it's Jacobson who's going to come up with the ball. Jacobson passes over to Bath, but then that one is cleared out by Broughton. That ball sailing down, chased by Hansen. Hansen going back to retrieve. Pressure from Monger. She'll give that one off to Heinrich. Heinrich now up the line. However, that one's going to go out of play, and they'll say it was off a Packer. Be a throw-in now for Emily Heinrich of the Deacons. That ball sailing past Bath, sent into the Deacon zone. Heinrich fighting for it with Monger. She gets through and then gives over to Jacobson. Jacobson up the sideline. That ball checked down. No one there, though. With it is Johnson. She sends it back down into the Deacon zone. Some volleying back and forth here. Jacobson now takes that one away from Broughton. She's got Dew to her right, looking for a through ball. That one, though, broken up by the West Fargo defense. Deacons just going to let that one roll out of play. Fast-paced start here. Jacobson throwing that one into Dew. Dew with pressure on her, gives it back to Jacobson. Working down the near sideline with Ozier on her. She centers that one on goal, but that one easily grabbed by the goalkeeper. That is Kaylee Lovgren in net this evening. Her ball just over the head of Claire Bath and then taken by Lamberts. That one almost knocked away by Heinrich. Now it's Ossier. She sends that one right to the center, then kicked away by Kelsch. Packers, though, looking to bring it back into the Deacon zone. Monger works her way through Hansen. She sends that one up the far sideline, giving chase is Lee. Erica Lee now waiting for her teammates to catch up. Centering it on goal. Ball broken up by Heinrich and out of bounds. A fast-paced start here. Packers with some early offensive pressure.
If you're the Deacon defense, you do not want those through balls going into the corners because that's just going to result in chance after chance for the Packers.
We've got our first corner kick of the evening now at the 37-minute mark. Lee sends that one in towards net. Kicked high up into the air by Heinrich. Dew now goes to retrieve for the Deacons. Her ball downfield, headed up in the air by Sauter. Heinrich sends it upfield. That one sent back by Bertzfield. Day over to Dew. Dew looking to give it away to Conwisher. Conwisher works it back Sauter, but then comes Odegaard. Odegaard taking it away. She gives that one off over to Kramer. Battling for the ball. Deacons can't get to it, but just like that, a takeaway from Kelsch. Centered to Bath. Bath trying to work past Bertzfield. Checks it off to Heinrich. Heinrich over to her sister Emily Heinrich. Bertzfield once again there to intercept. Bertzfield's ball looking to go into the Deacon zone. Blocked by Natalie Heinrich. It's Andrea Kramer fighting for it for the Deacons. Gives that one off to Dew, but then she has that one broken up by Sauter. No one can get this one out of midfield. It is a scramble for the ball. Finally, Kramer comes up with it. Gives to Jacobson. She's going to have to retreat to settle that one down. She gives it off over to Bath. Bath sets up, sends it downfield. Jacobson giving chase. She's got one person on her, trying to work her way around the defender. Physical play there with Broughton. Kramer retreating to the near side. Gives it off to Heinrich. Heinrich with the pass that's just going to go out of bounds. Good offensive pressure there by the Deacons. Lovgren gives this one a boot downfield. Dew right there for the Deacons, though. Looking to go back to work. Gives to Kramer. Kramer now to Conwisher. Conwisher can't get that one past Sauter. Goes out of bounds. Will remain Shanley ball. The throw-in from Conwisher. Dew all over that one. Gives it back to Bath. Her ball right on towards net. Jacobson can't get a clean shot off. Fighting for it. Bertzfield comes away. Denied by Heinrich. Heinrich back to Jacobson. Got to watch out. Don't want to give up possession. And then down goes Jacobson.
Physical play starting out early.
Very, very true, Will. We've got some very aggressive play out there. Starting off just as you called it. Fast-paced and high-octane. It'll be Kylie Conwisher on the kick here. Sends that one in the direction of Kramer, but then knocked up into the air by Sauter. Ball rolls over to a Packer defender. That's Erica Lee on the clear. Monger and Day going after it. Packer defenders just trying to clear it out, but then right there is Kelsch for the Deacons. Kelsch looking to get up to Kramer. Birdsfield has it. Birdsfield with a nifty move. She's got some great footwork there and then gets the clear. Impressive defensive play there by Emmy Birdsfield. Emily Heinrich retrieves for the Deacons. That ball intended for Jacobson, taken away by Birdsfield. Sends it up. Great through ball. Giving chase is Lamberts, but covered up by Koenig. Koenig sends that one up towards Jacobson. Jacobson fighting for it, and then a whistle blowing that one dead. Hansen sending it downfield. Scrum for the ball. Birdsfield in there, and then taken away by Kramer for the Packers. Check down into the Deacon zone. That one maybe intended for Monger. She couldn't get a clean look. Just like that, though, Lambert sends it up, intended for Lee, but taken away by the Deacon midfield. Dew, ball over to Conwisher. Conwisher doubles back, looking for Kelsch. Bath going to have to send it back to Day. Day getting it past Lamberts, back over to Conwisher. Kelsch going after it, fighting with Kramer. Able to get it over to Heinrich. She works it up to Bath. Opportunity for the Deacons. Bath pass up to Conwisher and then kicked away by Odegaard. Good high-energy start here for both these teams. Really going after it. Throw-in, looking for Dew. Packer D says no way, however. They're trying to work it out of the zone. Instead, it's going to go out of play. But it goes off a Deacon player. The throw-in immediately taken by Conwisher. Sending it up to Dew. That ball, she can't get it under control. Luckily, there's Heinrich for the Deacons. Giving that one over to Emily Heinrich. Heinrich denied by Birdsfield. Ball back to Heinrich, given over to Hansen. Hansen over to Emily Heinrich. Emily Heinrich can't get that one to Sarah Jacobson. Great play there by Osier. Osier up to Monger. Monger, physical play from Kelsch, knocks her off the ball. Kelsch trying to get through traffic. Birdsfield breaks up. Kramer couldn't get to it. Ball looking for Jacobson, cleared by Broughton. That one knocks the hat right off of Kelsch. Chase for the ball. Day sends it over to the far sideline and out of play.
And this ball is moving quickly up and down the field. If you're the Deacon defense, you want those outside mids checking back to give you support when you only have 3 back there.
Well, it really seems the Deacons play their best soccer when they can just get some long possessions in the opposition zone. They like to set things up and play the game their way. Right now, West Fargo is flying out there. The throw-in from Lee goes right to Lamberts and then played back to Lee. Nice move to get around the defender, but then Day is right there. That ball off of her and out of play.
The Packers getting another opportunity from the corner right now, and if you're the Deacons, you do not want these corners because those give solid opportunities for goals.
No question, the corner kicks are just so dangerous. Deacons have been good at defending them, though, as of late. They'll try to keep their good work up here. That ball, interestingly, sent away from the net and then sent towards goal. Easily broken up, though, by the Deacons. Trying to break it out of the zone, they cannot. Good job keeping it in there is Johnson. Kelsch, though, able to take it for the Deacons. She gives over to Conwisher. Conwisher trying to get past Sauter. She's going to hold up, wait for her team to catch up. Looking for Kelsch, broken up by Kramer. The Packers now driving down into the Deacon zone. Lee working it past the defender, trying to catch back up to it. Centering that ball over to Monger. Monger trying to get it to Lamberts. Taken away by Heinrich. Heinrich to Bath. Bath upfield to Kramer. Kramer now going to give off to Jacobson. Got to watch out, though. Osier on her. Jacobson back to Kramer. Caught up in the middle. Kramer versus Kramer. Ball over to Heinrich. Heinrich now up to Conwisher. She gets past Sauter. Nice move behind her back. Gets back to it. Looking for someone on goal. Kramer with a kick. That one Couldn't get a clean shot at it. Broughton going to send it upfield. Heinrich now with it, trying to settle things down. Aggressive defense here by West Fargo. Kramer back to Bath, over to Jacobson. Nice tic-tac-toe there. Dew giving chase, looking to get a shot off. Can't get her footing, and the ball cleared out. But wait, Heinrich's there, and then a whistle blows it dead.
Just like you said, Jed, you're seeing the Deacons now trying to settle into the offense, trying to keep possession on that half of the field.
Well, they just couldn't settle that one down. They had a couple opportunities there that looked like they could become something big, but couldn't get into their rhythm. Packers now trying to get some breathing room, but a costly mistake. That pass off the money and out of bounds. Heinrich throwing it in. That one past Kramer. Broughton trying to take it away. Broughton and Kramer going at it. Jacobson coming in for support. Instead, Broughton's going to play that one out. Jacobson looking for someone to throw it into. She's got Dew. Dew can't work her way past the Packer D. And that one is cleared out by Johnson. Jacobson throwing in, looking for Dew. Packers attempting to clear. Ball high up in the air. Heinrich now going to try to settle it down for the Deacons. Works that one over to Natalie Heinrich. Looking for Conwisher. The speed of Lee is too much. Ball played up. Day going to have to try to go back and retrieve that one. Sam Day giving chase, and she can't settle it down to keep it in play. Packers now looking to go to work here in the Deacon zone. Finally getting some substitutions here at the 27-minute mark. We've not seen too many. Some fresh legs might make a difference for one of these teams. Ball thrown in directly to Kramer. She works past Conwisher. Given back now, but then denied by Kelsch, out of play. The throw-in to Sauter. Her ball played up and kicked out by Conwisher. Thrown in once again. Packers trying to keep it in play once again. Out of bounds. Osman on the throw-in. That ball directly to Kelsch. Kelsch sends it out of play. Ball in a bit of a rut right now on that far sideline. Osman's throw, taken by Sauter. Back to Osman. Back to Sauter. Brooklyn Dew going back and forth. And now finally the Deacons are going to have a chance to bring it in themselves. .26:32 remaining in the first half. Day throwing it into Conwisher. Nice nifty little pass there up to Dew. Dew in trouble, couldn't get it to Kelsch. Second chance, and then a whistle blows that dead. Opportunity for the Packers. The kick from Odegaard. Popped high up into the air by Hansen. A fight in front of the net. Birdsfield with it. Can't get a clean shot off. The Deacon D all over her. Kelsch sends it up to Conwisher, looking to clear.
The West Fargo parents want to call in the box there, but physical play both ways occurring.
Conwisher sends it upfield to Huber. Huber driving. Ball played out of bounds by Johnson.
The Deacons definitely got away with one that time.
As we said, some physical play here. Both teams aggressive and tenacious after this ball. Sauter throwing it in. Right off the foot of Osman, though. Tough break there for the Packers.
You know, Jed, I think both ways we're kind of seeing the effect of the weather on the communication. There's been a lot of players with unexpected defenders on their back, lots of bad touches. I think the weather is really starting to impact this game. When it's cold out there, you know, too many things can go wrong.
That's a very, very good observation there, Will, especially with this wind blowing right in your ear. Tough to kind of process everything at once. Deacons, though, trying to make something happen. Kelsch had an opportunity, but then good D from the Packers takes it away. Hansen trying to get it back into the West Fargo zone. Jacobson streaking up, working on Ossier. It's going to be Heinrich with it now for the Deacons. She gives over to Kelsch. Kelsch back to Heinrich. Heinrich up to Dew. Due to Kramer. Kramer up to Huber. Huber trying to work her way through the defenders. Can't get a shot off. Jacobson trying to get back to it and cleared. The Heinrichs fighting for it. Ball back to Kelsch. Kelsch past Birtsfield. Over to Manuel. Back to Day. Day now. Little pass over to Kelsch. Trying to work it through the legs of Birtsfield. She cannot. That pass denied. And now Kramer. Fancy footwork, but just going to have to give it back to her defender. Ball sent downfield. Knocked away by Manuel. Kelsch got to watch out, though. Osman right there. Miscommunication could be costly. Kelsch trying to get back to it. Nice job getting it over to Heinrich. Heinrich through the midfielders to Kramer. Kramer going back to retrieve it. Over to Manuel. Manuel up to Dew. Dew could not get past Odegaard. Good D there by Jensen Odegaard, the junior midfielder. Some substitutions now. A little bit of confusion there on the Packer bench. They've got who they want, though.
Looks like there may be a bloody nose on the sideline.
Well, in the cold temperatures like this, can be a problem. It'll be Jacqueline checking in for West Fargo. Meanwhile, the throw-in, no one's really got a good look at it here for the Deacons. Packers, great job boxing him out. Odegaard sends that one way downfield. Day gonna have to run back and get it. Day now, gotta watch out. Good job getting up to Manuel. Manuel looking for Kelsch. Kelsch, great job staying on it. Over to Heinrich. Heinrich, though, has that one taken away by Birtsfield. Great play there by Marcella Hansen. She just saved what very well could have been a goal. Meanwhile, the Packers still have an opportunity. Jacobson, though, looking to take that away. Kramer sends it upfield to Dew. Dew looking for someone. She's going to take it herself. Dew driving upfield. Trying to get through mid. Going to give it over to Day. Day with Jacqueline on her. Looking for Kelsch, taken by Kramer. Kramer sends it back to her defender. It's Osman. Osman sending it upfield, then broken up by Day. Ball in the air and out of play. "22 minutes left here in the first half. Kramer and Dew now going after it. Kramer gives that one off to Osman. Osman back to Kramer. Kramer, long ball downfield looking for Birtsfield. That one knocked away by Hansen. It's Jacobson with it for the Deacons. She can't get that one past Lee, though. Lee upfield. Birtsfield goes down, though, trying to get back to it. Jacobson gives it off over to Kelsch. Kelsch now gets past Lee. Over to Kramer. Back up to Jacobson. Watch out. Could have something here. That ball, though, takes a bad curve over Huber. Have to wonder if the wind playing a bit of a factor here on those high passes. Heinrich, great ball through the legs of Ossier. Deacons with some nice passing. Huber, a U-turn, gets it back to Kramer. Kramer over to Jacobson. Doesn't have a great look at it. Centers it towards the goal and knocked away. Lovgren keeping that net safe, just knocking it away. Good job there with Dew right next to her. That said, I think we're going to have a corner kick here. Dew going to try to make something happen for the Deacons. Dew on the corner kick right in front of the net. Ball pops up. Heinrich with it. She can't get a shot off. Fighting for it right in front of the net. Jacobson goes down. A ball right in front of the net. Bath can't get a shot off and cleared away by the Packer D. What an opportunity. Heinrich trying to salvage the play. It won't work. Ball goes out of bounds. Whew, got to catch your breath after that one.
And we're seeing that both ways. Lots of good opportunities, but not much capitalization occurring right now.
Can the Deacons fix that? Dew centers it to Huber. in the air. The ball just going to go out of play. Confusion there. Dew thought it was going to be Deacon ball. Will be Packer ball, though. Kaylee Lovgren here to send this one down. That ball over the head of Broughton. Jacobson trying to get back to it. She gives over to Bath. Bath to Heinrich. Got to watch out. Ossier almost making the play. Retreats back to it. Still going. Ossier breaking ankles out there. But then Bath takes it away. But that one's knocked away by Kramer. Jacqueline now with it for West Fargo. Looking to get it up to Monger. Monger trying to work her way past Manuel. She gets it up to Birtsfield. Birtsfield has it taken away by Heinrich. Heinrich up to Dew. Dew, great move. And then she goes down hard, tripping over Jacqueline. And there'll be a whistle there. A little too much contact made in midfield.
But right now, if you're West Fargo, you want this fast style of play. This is exactly what plays to your advantages. If you're the Deacons, you want to slow the ball down and start switching it through your defense, playing on the ground, because clearly the wind is affecting the passes in the air.
For sure. You know, they're really definitely playing West Fargo ball here. Packers got to be happy about that. Deacons, though, as you said, going to try to settle it down. Hansen up to Dew. Dew looking for someone to give it off to. Osman Honor sends it back to Day. Day now. Clear space in front of her. Gets it past Monger. Over to Manuel. That one sent out of bounds by Osman. The throw-in from Day. Headed up in the air. No one could track that one down, though. Played back to Day. Day looking for Conwisher. Tough break, though, for the Deacons. That pass trickles out of bounds. Packers trying to get this one out of trouble. Kramer sends it back to Odegaard. Odegaard up to Osman. Osman with Dew on her. She let that one go out of bounds. Conwisher to throw it in. Conwisher's throw taken by Kramer. Kramer gives back to her defender. Ball played up and out of play. Tabby Kelsch checking in now. Conwisher throwing it in. Dew tried to get that one out. Osman, though, sent it out of play. Conwisher throws it in once again. This time Huber is there. Huber, though, got to watch out. 3 Packers all over her. They get the clear. Now Jacqueline plays that one up, but right there's Emily Heinrich. Her ball, though, intercepted by Lee. Lee sends it upfield. That one just past Birtsfield. It's a foot race for it. Hansen and Birtsfield, but the goalkeeper gonna win the race. Koenig able to pick that one up. That kick, not as much on it as they wanted, and Jacobson goes down. Ossier, though, couldn't work it past Heinrich, although it will go out of play off Heinrich. Ossier on the throw-in. Looking for Birtsfield. Jacobson able to take it away, giving it to Bath. Bath, nice little pass over to Kelsch. Kelsch, good job getting it through traffic. Now up to Jacobson. Jacobson trying to take control of this one. Knocked off the ball, though, by Ossier. Heinrich there for the Deacons. Heinrich over to Kramer. Kramer back to Jacobson. That one, though, taken by Osman. And then Kramer gets it for the Packers. Nice job getting past Dew. Kramer's ball sailing upfield. Day going to have to chase it down, but she'll let it roll out of play. 15-15 left in the first half. We got a good one going on. Ball out of play off the Deacons here. Now the throw in from Osman to Kramer. Dew on her. Kramer got it past Dew, but couldn't get it past Bath. Osmond fighting for it. Dew drives upfield. Dew giving off to Conwisher. Conwisher on the far sideline trying to get it through the defense. Her ball, though, going to go wide right. Kylie Conwisher had a look there, but too many Packer defenders were in front of her. Lovgren's ball goes over Broughton. Jacobson, though, fell down. It'll be Deacon ball here. Odd play. Nonetheless, Jacobson throws it into Kramer. Kramer and Broughton going after it. Kramer plays it back to Jacobson. Ossier there. Ball rolling back to Birtsfield. Heinrich sends it up. Jacobson gonna throw it in. Ball tipped by a Packer. Jacobson's throw to Kelsch. Kelsch, nifty move. She's got control of it. Kelsch goes behind the back, playing it up to Kramer. Kramer back to Kelsch. Kelsch goes down. It's a Kramer-Kelsch collision, 8-on-8. Hansen, nice move to get past Jacqueline. She drives up now, looking to keep the momentum going. Dew on the far sideline over to Conwisher. Conwisher driving in, looking to center, puts that one on towards goal. Lovgren there to take it away.
But that's what you want from out of the Deacon offense. You want those players crashing the net. Even if the goalkeeper comes between that one, if you keep getting those opportunities and those players are crashing, one of them is going to get in the net.
Well said, Will. The Deacons are getting a lot more opportunities now. And, you know, even if you can't set up like you want to, you're still getting rushes on the net, and that definitely can lead to goals. Kramer sends that one back to Odegaard. Odegaard up to Osman, back to Kramer. Ball off the target. Lee couldn't get control. It's Lee and Jacobson fighting for it. Erica Lee, though, great job. Ball goes off of Kelsch. Emily Heinrich has it for the Deacons. That one caught up in the feet of Ossier. Ossier now, all alone, working through Deacon players, then finally broken up by Kelsch. Heinrich going to give it off over to Jacobson. Jacobson, her kick goes off of Broughton and out of bounds. Waiting for substitutions here. Heinrich ready to throw in. She throws that one into Post. Post has that ball, go past Birtsfield. Birtsfield now with it. Opportunity, Birtsfield streaking into the Deacon zone. She's got Hansen on her, retreats, trying to set up. Birtsfield, nifty move. Looking for something, Birtsfield, great play, but there was no one there. Lee trying to keep the pressure on. Broughton sends it up, no good, knocked away. Jacobson has it now, her ball over the head of Broughton. Finally settled down by Johnson. Broughton now with it for the Packers. Taken away by Jacobson. Over to Kramer now. Kramer with it. Waiting for her teammates. Gives it up to Dew. That ball, though. Bad bounce away from Dew. Ossier had a look, but Post takes it away. Post on the near sideline. Got to watch out. Broughton all over. And that ball out of bounds and out of play. The Deacons will not give up. They are relentless keeping the pressure on. Meanwhile, though, the Packers have had some success. They've just got to try to string it together consistently now. Ball sent down by Johnson. Jacobson right there. Jacobson and Ossier going at it. Jacobson to Post. Now over to Kelsch. Kelsch looking for someone. Great ball intended for Conwisher. Right there, though, is Monger. Monger and Conwisher. Monger going to win the battle. She gives it over to Odegaard. Odegaard got to watch out. Ball knocked down by Conwisher. She sends that one over to Kramer. Kramer needs help. That ball knocked away by Kramer for the other team. Monger streaking towards that one, then sent downfield by Kelsch. Jacobson with a great kick. That one just out of reach of Kramer. Rolling down the sideline and out of play. Take a look at that replay. Jacobson centers that one right towards the goal. Kramer just out of reach. Kaylee Lovgren now. Looking to clear. Under 10 minutes remaining now. Odegaard with it. Good job getting it out of trouble. Odegaard and Dew go after it. Then a whistle gives possession over to the Deacons. It'll be the senior, Hansen, sending this one down. Hansen with the kick. That one straight to Kelsch. Odegaard there, but then Kelsch comes away with it. Ball just knocked away by the Packers. Ossier with it. Nice long pass intended for Birtsfield. Day, though, able to swat it away. Kelsch with it. Nice move. Trying to get through midfield. Gives it off over to Post. Post looking for Jacobson. Intercepted by Ossier. Ball past Heinrich. Birtsfield gives chase. Hansen sends it up and into the stands. Whoa, we got a wild ball. That ball finds its way back onto the pitch now. And Broughton will throw in for the Packers. Broughton's throw goes past Jacobson and out of bounds. No one touched that one, so it'll be Deacon ball. Some substitutions now. Bath and Manuel check in for the Deacons as Jacobson and Post go off.
And Jay, we were talking about the youth of the Packers earlier, but how about the youth for the Deacons? 3 8th graders already seeing action and a 7th grader in net.
That is very true, Will. Both these teams have some great cores of young players. It's Birtsfield, though, a sophomore looking to do something here, but then good defense by Heinrich for the Deacons. Heinrich's throw, straight to Manuel. Manuel, got to watch out, though. Birtsfield right there, looking for Ossier, and then she sends that one out of play. Waiting for the call. Looks like it'll be Packer ball. Ossier throwing it in now. That one past Kramer to Odegaard. Odegaard pops it back to her defender, though. Packers going to try to set up now. Sauter over to Broughton. Broughton to Kramer. Kramer with some nice footwork gets it up to Ossier. Manuel, though, going to give it back to Heinrich. Heinrich to Manuel. Manuel now. Good through ball up towards Dew. That one, though, knocked away by Sauter. A fight for the ball. Bath comes in to help. Bath now gets it over to Dew. Dew through midfield. Ball up into the Packer zone. Kelsch streaking in. Kelsch all over this one, trying to get a shot off. She can't. The clear by the Packer D. Not out of trouble yet, though. An opportunity for the Deacons. Great job, though, by West Fargo to finish this one off. Meanwhile, Birtsfield sends a ball that goes off the back of Monger. Hansen now driving in for the Deacons. Gives it up to Bath. Bath just past Dew. Lee retreats to get it. Lee's ball. Going to be just out of reach of Osman and out of play. Day throwing that one in. Skirting along the far sideline. Going to stay in play. Dew fighting for it. Sends Odegaard down. Dew with it now. Up to Kramer. Kramer looking for Conwisher. Conwisher gets to it, sends it on goal, knocked down by Lovgren. Fighting for it is Dew, the Packer D. This time Kramer, though, with the shot, and finally saved by Lovgren. The Deacons keeping the pressure on, but the Packers bending but not breaking. Ossier now with it for West Fargo. Got Heinrich all over, has to give it back to Broughton. Broughton looking for Kramer. Heinrich sends it over to Dew. Dew has that one taken away by Kramer. Kramer now sends that one over. Osman looking for Monger. Knocked away by Day. Osman trying again. Monger gives chase. Hansen there. Monger, though, with speed. Hansen, great job getting it out of trouble. And over to Day. Day over to Kelsch. Up to Conwisher. Conwisher, nice little pass. Back to Kelsch. Kelsch driving for the Deacons. Gets past Johnson. Up to Kramer. Kramer with Broughton to beat. Can't get control. Osman. No, it's Sauter who takes it away. Sends it out of play, but Dew is going to be there to stop it. Dew keeping it in, and then this one does in fact go out off of Lee.
Seems like every time the Deacons get up the field, there's just 3 West Fargo defenders there to stop them. They are swarming.
The West Fargo D has been all over so far. Dew, though, sending it on goal. Heinrich with a shot. No good. Just over the net. See on the replay there, great display of passing. Then Heinrich just puts too much on it, and it goes out of play. We got 4:18 remaining in the first half. This one has been a thriller. Lovgren sending it upfield. Kramer can't get control of it. Odegaard gives chase. Heinrich there, though. Heinrich retreats. Gives back to Day. Day with Monger Honor. Getting it up to Dew. Dew fighting for it. Birtsfield and Dew. That ball goes out of bounds off Birtsfield. Conwisher on the throw-in. Dew fighting for it with Lee. Sauter sends it up. Conwisher had a look at it, but it went past her. Packers go to work now. Monger weaving through Deacon players. Pass in midfield, no one there to get it. Manuel sends it back, then intercepted by Kramer. Kramer, pass downfield, knocked away by Conwisher. Conwisher with a nice pass up to Dew. Dew now, gotta watch out. Birtsfield coming up behind her. Dew, down the far side. Brooklyn Dew trying to find help. Dew has 2 Packers on her, and it's Birtsfield who sends it up, but Conwisher right there. Conwisher sending it towards the goal, knocked away. Great defense here from West Fargo. Kelsch retreats, has to reset for Shanley. That ball, though, got past Hansen, a miscommunication. Got to watch out with Monger right there. It's Hansen to Hansen now. Over to Manuel. Manuel gets it past Broughton, but it's going to be Johnson there for the Packers. Johnson's ball, straight to Heinrich. Bath checks it back off to Hansen. Hansen back to Bath. Bath over to Day. 2:30 left in the first half now. Day up to Dew. Dew upfield, great defensive play by Birtsfield. Conwisher has to reset. Dew, though, sending it back, and this time it's going to roll out of play. Odegaard sends that one up. Nice plays there by Odegaard. However, Kelsch right there for the Deacons. Kramer, good D there to get it back upfield into the Deacon zone. Hansen going to give it off over to Day. Day upfield to Dew. Dew and Lee going after it, and that one going to go out of play. Wait for the call. And they're going to say that one went off Dew. It'll be West Fargo ball. Lee to throw it in. 1:30 left here, clock running. Lee throws that one in, looking for Odegaard. Bath, though, using her height to head that one away. Dew trying to break through for the Deacon. She can't, but now Kelsch has it. Kelsch driving into the zone, sends that ball on to and scores! From long distance, the Deacons strike! With 1:11 left on the clock here in the first, let's look at this replay. Kelsch has it for the Deacons. She is just sick of all these missed opportunities, does it herself, and sends it into the net. What a play, and we got a 1-0 game for Shanley. Well, you know, Will, you could really feel something coming here. West Fargo had done a great job on D, taking away the opportunities. But just so many chances, the Deacons were bound to capitalize on one.
Exactly, and the Deacon coaches are definitely telling them, shoot. When you have those opportunities in front of the net, you need to be shooting. So Kelsch taking that ball, knowing that she wasn't having a perfect shot, but still going for it, she ended up with the right result.
Kelsch had a lot of green space in front of her. As he said, Will, very true. Just take the shots you get. Less than a minute left here in the first. West Fargo definitely going to look to even things up here in the waning seconds of this first half. Conwisher heads that one up, out of play. This ball thrown in by Birtsfield to Lamberts and then sent out of bounds by a Packer. It'll be Conwisher, no day to throw it in for the Deacons. Her throw intercepted by Birtsfield. Conwisher, though, able to get back to it. Lee back to Birtsfield up the far side. Time ticking off. Packers not going to have another opportunity. And the horn will sound to end the first. Well, after one, the Shanley Deacons lead things 1-0. But, Will, this one is far from over.
Far from over. If you're the Deacons right now, you're pleased to enter halftime with that lead. That is a big game changer for you. But if you're the Packers, you're thinking, hey, we're showing some resilience. We're showing that we're here to play. We're not the same team that lost 8-0 to Davies. We are here to compete with these Deacons. So definitely going to be an interesting half. Anything can happen.
Very true. We got a fast-paced, physical, high-octane game going on here. Don't go anywhere, folks. Great finish coming your way. Good evening, folks, and welcome back to North Dakota High School Girls Soccer. We got a fantastic game going on right now between the Shanley Deacons and the West Fargo Packers. It is a 1-0 lead for the Deacons after scoring very late in the first half, just over a minute left. Tabby Kelsch puts a long-range shot in the back of the net to give the Deacons the lead. But no question, this is still one heck of a game, really fast-paced, just great play between these two teams, and will tell us what should we expect in this second half.
I think you expect adjustments from both teams here, but I think especially from West Fargo, they're going to be saying, okay, now it's time to really gear it up. We were forcing them into uncomfortable situations. We were pressuring them. Now we're going to come back, and we're going to show that we can win this game. So they're going to be pressuring the goal early and often.
You know, the Deacon defenders have been caught out of place more than once, and there's been a few opportunities where West Fargo's had odd numbers on the rush. They just need to get some clean shots off because right now they just can't seem to capitalize on their opportunities.
Marcella Hansen at sweeper has been doing a great job covering up for other mistakes made on the field, but you can't rely on one player to do it all. You've got to have a team effort for the Deacons on defense. So West Fargo's going to try to take advantage of that, try to attack from different angles and see if they can find an opening.
No question, you can't rely on one person, although if you needed to rely on one, Marcella Hansen is not a bad option.
For sure.
As you said, she is doing great out there. But very true, Deacon defense needs to readjust here and reevaluate the situation. Meanwhile, we are just seconds away from getting this second half underway.
With that said, the Deacons have kept the scoreboard at 0, so they must be doing something right. They're keeping the Packers from getting any perfect opportunities, and that's what they need to do.
Very true. Well said, Will. Back to the game, though. We are underway in this second half. Broughton gives that one off on the far side over to Osmond. Deacons picking up where this one left off. Some scrumming play there on the sideline. With it is Birtsfield. Trying to get past Bath. Birtsfield sending it upfield. Kelsch, though, there for the Deacons. She gets that one past Lee, and now over to Conwisher. Conwisher has it. Driving along the near side. Gives that one off to Do with a nifty pass back to Conwisher. Works that one back out in front. Kramer couldn't catch it in time. A good clear by Johnson. Ball sent back upfield. Lee right there working it past the defender. Hansen, though, takes it away for the Deacons. Kelsch giving it off to Conwisher. Conwisher with Lee on her. Gets it over to Birtsfield. That pass intercepted by Birtsfield, I should say. And now an opportunity. With it, the Packers are driving. That pass intended from Monger from Ossier. No good, broken up by the Deacon D. Hansen goes down, physical play there, pops back up just to take that ball again. Ball rolls back to Heinrich. She sends it upfield. Bath tips it over to Jacobson. Jacobson with Osmond on her, has to send it downfield towards Kramer, but that one broken up by Broughton. Kramer goes down. A little physical play there from her counterpart in white, the other Kramer. And now that ball checked down by Odegaard and out of play. Heinrich with the throw-in straight to Jacobson. Plays that one back to Heinrich, although that one goes off of Heinrich, and Monger has it. Monger looking for Birtsfield. Kelsch, though, continuing to dominate this one. Ball over to Conwisher. Conwisher with Lee on her. Working through and past Lee. Ball played up to Kramer. Great pass. Kramer looking for Do. That one just caught up in her feet. Could not catch up to her. Some nice moves there by Kramer and Green. Kramer sends that one down. Intercepted by Jacobson. Jacobson against Osmond. Jacobson gives that over to Bath. Bath got to watch out. Tenacious play there from Kramer. Birtsfield driving through, doubles back. Has to give it off to her defender. Broughton over to Johnson. Packers trying to switch field, but Do right there. Do couldn't take that one away, although the ball sent down and out of play. It'll be Day to throw it in. Day's throw straight to Conwisher. She pops that one up over Lee. Lee, nice pass back to Birtsfield. Do almost making the play. Johnson gives that one off. Over to Sauter. Sauter to Lee. Lee keeping it in play. And then that one going to go out of play off the Deacons. Sauter on the throw-in to Kramer. Kramer back to Odegaard. Odegaard up to Lee. Lee and Conwisher. Lee comes away with it. Just have it knocked away by Kelsch, though. Kramer takes it for West Fargo. It's Kramer versus Kramer once again. Johnson now sends it over to Broughton. West Fargo trying to work this one out of their zone. Osman on the far sideline gives out one straight to Bath. Bath up to Jacobson. Jacobson trying to get past Broughton. Jacobson sends it back to Bath. Bath fighting for it. Able to box out the West Fargo defender. Now it's Heinrich battling for it. Tenacious play by the Packer D. Ball sent up to Dew. Dew pops it back just past Kelsch. Kelsch up to Dew. Dew looking for someone to give it off to. Dew and Sauter. She gets it away to Conwisher, but Conwisher, her shot goes out of bounds. Deacons picking up where they left off in the first with some very good offense here.
This is exactly what they want to do. They want to keep possession on this side of the field, keep it in their offensive zone so they don't have to worry about the defense.
Lovgren. Going to give that one off to Johnson. Johnson will give this one the boot. Johnson's kick almost taken away by Jacobson. Worked its way through her legs, though. That through ball taken away by Kelsch. Kelsch fighting for it with Birtsfield. Kelsch outnumbered. Down goes Ozier. But some physical play is going to turn this one over to West Fargo. Johnson with the kick. That one taken by Jacobson. Jacobson driving through two Packer defenders. Kramer now has it. She doubles back looking for Bath. Bath got to watch out with Birtsfield on her. Nifty move there by Claire Bath. She plays that one back to Heinrich. Heinrich with it for the Deacons. Up to Jacobson. Jacobson over to Kramer. That ball just out of reach, though. Johnson and Dew fight for it. Dew wins that battle. Dew now waiting for her teammates. Gives it off over to Conwisher. Conwisher centering towards Dew. But Lovgren catches up to it and snatches it up. Deacons, though, with great pressure here. Just 6 minutes into this second half. Lovgren's ball goes over Osman. Right to Jacobson. It's Jacobson and Osman on the far side. Duking it out. Jacobson able to get it over to Bath. Bath. Back to Heinrich. Heinrich to Dew. Dew pops that one over to Kramer. Kramer back to Bath. Looking for Jacobson. That ball knocked away. Ossier trying to get that one out of trouble. Sarah Jacobson, though, is right there. Kramer with it for the Deacons. Kramer able to box out the Packer. Kelsch now with another long ball. This time, though, it is out of play too far right.
But as we see, that can be dangerous. You want to keep taking those shots.
No question. It worked once. Why not try it again? Johnson sends that one up to Sauter. Sauter got to watch out with Dew right there. Dew on the takeaway. Gives it over to Kramer. Kramer's up and in! My goodness, what a play! Take a look at this replay. Dew making things happen. Great pass over to Kramer. Lovgren just tips it, and it ends up in the net. Are you kidding me? What a fantastic play there by the Deacons.
Great pass by Dew and great placement by Kramer, finding that upper right corner.
Everything just working there. The passing, the shooting. And then Lovgren almost had that one just off the tips of her fingers. The Packers now find themselves in a 2-0 hole. They've got to respond quick here. Kramer with it. She sends that one up to Birtsfield, who's able to get past Kelsch. Birtsfield looking for Monger. Deacon D, though, not fooled. They're there to take it away. Heinrich now sending it up the far side. Giving chase. It's Jacqueline and Jacobson. That one, though, just going to roll out of play. Broughton will throw in. Broughton's throw. Fought for on the far side. It was Jacobson and Ossier going after it. Jacobson able to get that one over to Dew. Dew back to Kelsch. Kelsch up the middle of the field. Dew catches up to it. Dew on that shoots just wide right.
Great ball. Great play by Kelsch.
The Deacons are continuing their offensive pressure here. West Fargo is in trouble. They have retreated back into a shell right now. We know they've got the capability to score. They just have to get some sustained pressure here and get the ball out of their zone. It's Kramer and Kramer going after it. This has been a battle to watch all day. Kramer able to get that one back to her defender. It's Johnson with it now. Johnson over to Broughton. Broughton through traffic up to Kramer. Kramer sending it over to Odegaard. Odegaard to Sauter. Sauter looking for Lee. That pass off the money and out of bounds. The throw-in right to Kramer. Kramer up to Bath. Bath fighting for it. She was knocked off the ball by Kramer. Johnson. Good through ball there. Up to Ossier. Ossier looking for Monger. Monger, ball bouncing around. Birdsfield playing it up. Monger chasing it, trying to get it free. She couldn't get a clean shot off, just had to send it in on goal. Easy cover up there for Koenig. Koenig with the boot. Sent right back by Kramer. Monger had a shot at it. Kelch, though, caught right up to her and took it away. Ball off the foot of Jacobson. Packers trying to keep this one out of their zone. Broughton sending it up. Right there is Heinrich. Heinrich to Kelch. Kelch looking for Natalie Heinrich. Miscommunication there, though, and the ball's going to roll out of play. Broughton to throw in. Wait here to get a shoe tied.
And another one.
Bad luck there for the Packers. All right, folks, the shoes are tied, and we are ready to get back underway. The throw-in to Ossier. Ossier trying to get that one back to her defender. It's a no-go. Broughton couldn't get back to it. Kramer gives it over to Bath. Bath with a long ball, but a beautiful pass right on point to Conwisher. Conwisher going to have to get past Lee. Conwisher almost had Kelch, and then down goes Birdsfield.
Ooh.
Little bit of contact there. Can see on that replay, just kind of getting caught up going after the ball. Odegaard now will send it down. Some confusion here for the Packers, and Odegaard will just give it off to Sauter. Sauter looking for Lee. Conwisher intercepts and gives over to Kramer. Kramer to Do. That one just passed her, though. Lee with it for the Packers. Lee got to watch out. Pressure from behind. Able to get it up to Monger. Deacons all over that ball, though. Ball played back to Kramer. Kramer now over to Odegaard. Odegaard back to Sauter. Packers are going to try this one more time, but they won't get the chance as the ball rolls out of bounds. Conwisher throws it in. Kramer can't corral it. Odegaard takes it away. A whistle here, but it'll remain Packer ball. Now Odegaard sending it downfield. Birdsfield and Kelch fighting for it. Birdsfield, nice moves. Sends it downfield on the far right side. Jacobson now retreats, trying to settle it down. Gives over to Kramer. Kramer now. Over to Kelch. To Conwisher. Conwisher, though, couldn't get that one settled down, and it goes off her foot and out of bounds. Sauter on the throw-in. Threw that one into Kramer, who played it right back to Sauter. Then Dew is there, breaking up those passes, and now Kramer streaking downfield. Kramer and Johnson going after it. Kramer winning the foot race, trying to get it past Johnson. Odegaard takes it away. Conwisher with it, though. She centers the shot, and covered by Lovegren.
You're definitely seeing the 2-0 deficit hurting West Fargo right now. They're trying to play with urgency, but some of that urgency is turning into carelessness. If you're the Deacons, they're taking advantage of that. They're getting those shots and goals, and that's really what's changing the game right now.
Well, you know, it looked like West Fargo maybe had things settled down, and maybe they could shift the field back towards the Deacon net, but then out of the blue, Shanley makes things happen and almost puts another one in. You mentioned urgency, though, here, and the Packers definitely are probably feeling some of that as we've got 27:20 remaining here. Definitely a lot of time to work with, but if you're West Fargo, that clock is ticking very fast. Dew and Sauter going after it. A whistle, though, blows that play dead. Some physicality there. It'll be West Fargo ball.
And the refs seem to be calling the game tighter and tighter as the game goes on.
Well, good to see that. Just keeping things in check here. Odegaard, meanwhile, checks the ball down towards Monger. Heinrich, though, there for the Deacons. Nice ball through the legs of a Packer player, but now an opportunity. Monger has to double back. A miscommunication, trying to get back to it. Monger with Jacobson all over her. Monger and Jacobson, battle won by Jacobson. Jacobson now on the far sideline, looking to get it up to Kramer. Her ball, though, sails downfield, and it's going to roll out of play. Fantastic play there by Sarah Jacobson. And you know, folks, if you've followed us this year, you have probably heard Sarah Jacobson's name called, whether it be volleyball or basketball. She has been a great athlete for Shanley, and that was shown this week when she was awarded the Senior Athlete of the Year award. So big congratulations to Sarah Jacobson on that. Ball played downfield. The wind, though, not going to let that one go too far. Dew and Sauter fighting for it. Dew doubles back, then Odegaard sends it up. Birdsfield with it, trying to get it out of trouble. Heinrich all over her, but Birdsfield prevails, not giving up on that one. Now sends it over to Ossier. Ossier on the far side. Jacobson catching up, sends it up towards Monger. Heinrich takes it away. Heinrich to Jacobson. Over to Kelsch. Kelsch looking for Jacobson, intercepted by Ossier. Scrum for the ball, sent out of bounds by Shanley, though. It'll remain West Fargo ball. The throw into Kramer. Kramer fighting for it. Back to Ossier, and then Jacobson able to get that one out. Ball sent back down, though, by the Packer D. Heinrich going to take it for Shanley. Heinrich upfield towards Jacobson. Jacobson looking for Dew. Odegaard, though, is right there. Odegaard, meanwhile, sends that one flying. And out of play, some substitutions now here. Deacons going to get some fresh legs. Got a delay in play here. Not sure what the holdup is.
Looks like some more shoes need to be tied. Oh, and there we're going.
Well, we are back underway now. Ball fought for along the sideline and ultimately just ends up back out of bounds. Broughton throwing that one in to Johnson. Now back to Broughton. Good job getting it past Jacobson, but unfortunately she can't keep it in bounds. Heinrich able to take that one. Almost lost it, though. Hansen going to have to retreat for the Deacons. Hansen with Monger on her. Ball rolls out of bounds. Off of a Deacon. West Fargo now to throw in. Ball thrown towards Kramer. Kramer getting that one back. Looking for someone to give it off to. Just going to send it back to Odegaard. Odegaard now gets it away from Dew. Over to Sauter. Sauter up to Lee. Lee has two Deacons on her, and the ball goes out of bounds. Off of Shanley. Sauter throwing in. Sauter's throw looking for Birdsfield. Bath, though, streaking in there to knock it away. Lee trying to keep it in play. And out of bounds off Lee. Day now throwing in towards Dew, who goes down hard. Contact made there.
Physical plays all around.
She pops up, though. Good to see. 22 minutes remaining in this one. Marcella Hansen sends this one downfield. Deacons have the wind on their side in this half. Fighting for the ball in front of the net. Kramer comes up with it. Lovgren almost Lost that one, but she was right in position. A good job there by Kaylee Lovgren.
Lovgren getting a couple good saves in a row here.
Definitely, your confidence has to be a little shaken by those first 2 goals, but overall, her play in net has been very impressive. That second goal especially, she almost knocked that one away. Meanwhile, the Deacons are trying to keep this pressure on, but that ball is just going to roll out of play. If you've enjoyed watching our ShanleyTV.com broadcast, please consider making a donation to help us continue to bring you quality programming. We rely on donations to bring you every broadcast, and we need your help to continue to improve the quality of our productions. If you're interested in donating, please contact Joel Shuey at 701-893-3225. Again, that's Joel Shuey at 701-893-3225. Thank you for watching, and thanks for your support of Shanley TV. Broughton throwing in now to Johnson. Johnson plays it back to Broughton. She does a good job keeping it in play. Fighting for it now is Post. Her ball played up to Dew. Dew now with a good pass over to Manuel. Manuel with an opportunity, trying to settle that one down. Ball goes off the back of Odegaard. West Fargo doing a good job getting bodies in front of the net here. But it looks like we're going to have a corner kick off this one. A big opportunity for the Deacons. They could really put West Fargo out of reach here. Conwisher to kick. It's a ball staying on the ground. Dew with an awkward shot that almost found its way towards the goal. West Fargo, though, clearing. Hansen. Over to Hansen. Marcella Hansen's shot, though, just going to roll right to Lovgren. Lovgren with the kick. As we said, very hard against this wind. Conwisher throwing in now. That ball broken up by the Packers, though. Ossier and Broughton going after that one. Ball going to go out of bounds off Conwisher. Broughton throwing in. Bath right there for the Deacons, though. Broughton gets another crack at it. Plays it up to Birtsfield. Birtsfield can't get past Conwisher. Retreats. Once again trying to get past Conwisher. She could not, but it will remain Packer ball. The throw in now to Odegaard. Odegaard in trouble. Good job getting that one off to Johnson. Johnson up the sideline now. Packers trying to get through the neutral zone. Bath and Conwisher. Now, Hansen trying to work, or Post rather, trying to work it through. She cannot. It is Marcella Hansen, though, who intercepts that pass. Hansen now, over to Manuel. Manuel looking for Dew. Miscommunication there, though, not on the same page. Lee has it for the Packers. Lee gets that one past Manuel, but then the Deacons go right back to work, able to take it away. It's Sauter who's going to have to chase it down with Dew right there, and she's just going to check that one out of bounds rather than give it up to Dew. Hannah Hansen checks in now for the Deacons. Manuel throws into Dew. Dew and Sauter going after it. Dew catching back up to it on the sideline. No one there, though, to take that ball, and Odegaard is just going to send it out of play. Manuel throwing in now. That one centered on towards goal. Hansen with a crack at it. That one right in front of the net. Lovgren able to pick it up. Deacons keeping the pressure on here. Lovgren, though, keeping West Fargo in this one. That one a high, long ball. And now Jacqueline has an opportunity, although she couldn't get that one past Hansen. Just like that, though, Kramer intercepts for the Packers. Kramer looking for Birtsfield. Birtsfield just going to let Lee take it. Lee, her ball knocked away by Hansen. Hansen able to get that one up to Huber. Huber going to work now, looking for someone to give it off to. She's got Conwisher on the far side. Conwisher now trying to get past Broughton. She will. Kylie Conwisher, no one there to take that pass, though. Birtsfield sends it upfield. Now it's Heinrich with the ball for the Deacons. Heinrich and Monger. Hansen. Upfield towards the other Hansen. It's 3 Hansons in a row for the Deacons, but none of them can get control of that ball. Birdsfield has it for West Fargo. Nifty moves there. Sends it upfield. Jacqueline going to try to chase it down for West Fargo, but the cover by Koenig. Koenig with the kick. That one goes right past Birdsfield and finds its way to a Deacon. A Shanley bounce there on that ball. Manuel has it for the Deacons. Looking for Huber. Huber, though, had that one taken away by Broughton. Deuce circling back, trying to get it. Huber ends up with it off an odd bounce. Huber over to Manuel. Manuel trying to work her way through the D. She cannot. Birdsfield going to try to clear. Can't settle it down. Finally, a little bit of a breather here. Sauter with it for West Fargo. Able to weave that one up towards Lee, but then Day takes it away. Day's ball finds its way to Dew. Dew now over to Hansen. Hansen almost loses her footing, able to get it off to Dew, though. Dew over to Huber. Huber driving through the middle and just has that one roll into the hands of Lovgren. 16-16 left in this one, though. Deacons keeping the pressure on with a 2-0 lead.
Deacons finding the man in open space. That's exactly what the Packers want to be doing, finding those open men and getting it to them.
Huber now, over to Dew. Dew can't get past Johnson. Good defensive play there. Kramer fighting for it. The Packers can't get out of trouble here. Ossier and Conwisher were going after it, and that ball rolls out of play. The throw-in now. Lee trying to settle it down. Can't get it past this Deacon midfield, though. Kramer has it for West Fargo. Plays that ball back to Odegaard. Odegaard sends it through the middle of the field towards Jacqueline. That one popped up by Manuel. Monger over to Birdsfield. Birdsfield, nice move. Birdsfield sends it right off the back of Monger. Post taking it for the Deacons. Sending it up. Huber there to corral it for Shanley. Making a U-turn and now giving it off towards Manuel. Manuel in center field. Can't get that one past Birdsfield. Birdsfield once again with some great moves. Dew streaking in towards her, though. Ball intended for Jacqueline. Rolling, though, deep into the Deacon zone. Day and Jacqueline battle now. Jacqueline had a good run at it, but Day wins that battle. Less than 15 minutes left in this game. Sauter on the throw-in to Birdsfield. Birdsfield sending it in towards the net. The win, though, going to take that one and send it wide. West Fargo, though, with their first really good look of the second half, they have struggled, but they might just be finding their offensive groove here. You just got to hope it's not too little too late.
Deacons putting some subs in, hoping that'll give them another spark on the field.
Well, the Deacons could use some fresh legs. Right now, West Fargo is winning that hustle battle. That ball from Koenig, or rather from the defender, straight to Odegaard. Goes out of play. Sauter to throw in. Her ball straight to Kelsch. Kelsch popping it up. Good job there, but Odegaard in place for West Fargo. Odegaard with it. Gets it away from Kramer, back over to Sauter. Sauter trying to get past Conwisher. She cannot. Ball will go out of play off Conwisher, but still a good defensive play. The throw-in from Sauter. It's once again a Kramer-Kramer battle. Conwisher ended up with it. Gives it over to Hansen. Hansen now looking for someone. Trying to weave that one up to Huber. Huber fighting for it with Kramer. It's Huber and Hansen. And then Kramer able to give that one off to Broughton. Broughton retreats for the Packers. Broughton's ball goes out of bounds, though. Jacobson throwing it in now. Jacobson's throw-in finds Huber. Huber plays it back to Jacobson, centering it towards the net. Kramer, she's got one already. Looking for Hansen, broken up by Birdsfield. Her ball back to Kelsch. Kelsch trying to keep this play alive. Heinrich with it, sending it towards the net. Huber tracks it down. Huber going to give it a kick. That ball! Oh! Another long ball finds its way in for the Deacons. How about that? Look at that replay, just barely out of reach of the goalkeeper. And that is a huge goal for Shanley. Well, that is the second ball from long distance that the Deacons have been able to capitalize on. And how about that? That was just a beautiful shot, arcing at the perfect time, just out of reach of Lovgren.
And as they're getting deeper and deeper in the season, those are the type of goals that show that you'll be resilient at state. Getting those type of goals show we don't need to be right next to the goal, but we're still going to find a way to score, and that's what you want to do.
Well, as you said earlier in the game, it's about taking those open shots. They might not look like the best, but when you don't have many bodies in front of you, it's a pretty good opportunity. You don't really want to pass it up. Deacons certainly taking all their opportunities, and that's what's paying off. Packers, meanwhile, really find themselves in trouble here. They have shown some really impressive play, both defensively and offensively, but they've just lost track of that ball on a couple key plays. And on offense, they just haven't been able to really, as we said, put anything together consistently. Meanwhile, the Deacons have another opportunity. Conwisher trying to settle a wild ball. She centers it on towards net. Jacobson has it. Jacobson pops it up to Kelsch. Kelsch looking for her second, but the Packer D is too strong. The Packers trying to bust it out now. It's Birtsfield streaking downfield, looking to go coast to coast. Birtsfield trying to get past Kelsch. A great pass up to Lee. Lee trying to work it past Conwisher. But Kylie Conwisher proves to be too much on that one and is able to take it away.
And the reason that happened was because the Deacon defense was 30 yards away from their midfielders. You'd be closing that gap to stop those opportunities from West Fargo. West Fargo saw the gap and they took advantage of it and pressured it to bring the ball all the way up the field.
Well, as we mentioned at the break, the Deacons had to get their defenders back in position, and they couldn't find themselves all over the field, and they did a good job of that. But as you said, right there they got caught getting a little sloppy and out of position. Kylie Conwisher, meanwhile, she's had a couple good opportunities on offense that she's just struggled to get in. But on defense, she's been fantastic, retreating back to that ball and taking away opportunities. Really, she has been a great two-way player for the Deacons today.
And when you're running that 3-5-2, you need outside mids that are going to hustle back, and that's exactly what she's been doing for the Deacons.
So a great overall day for Kylie Conwisher. Meanwhile, the Packers are looking to get on the board here. They had a couple opportunities there, but they can't seem to get a good, clean look at the Deacon net. Broughton throwing it in now. That ball to Kramer. Kramer giving it back to Broughton. Broughton back to Kramer. That ball, though, going to roll out of bounds. Waiting for the call. Looks like it went off a Packer. Heinrich to throw it in now for Shanley. Under 10 minutes left in this game. Heinrich throwing it in now. Kelsch sends that one right back for the Deacons. They're going to have to retreat and grab it. Heinrich just going to play it out of bounds. Monger all over there. Monger's done a good job. She's had some really impressive speed today, streaking up and down field. Unfortunately, they've not been able to get a goal in despite that hustle. Heinrich fighting for it for Shanley. A whistle, though. Looks like things were getting a little too physical there. Marcella Hansen sending this one downfield. Birtsfield, though, in good position, sends that one right back. Birtsfield, though, couldn't grab it that time. Sauter going to play it up. Looking for Lee. Birtsfield able to track down the loose ball. Kramer once again using that great footwork, although the ball goes just past Johnson. That pass a little off target. Jacobson with it now. Jacobson trying to drive in. Ossier right there, though. Packers clearing it back down. It's Kramer with it for West Fargo now. Kramer has 3 Deacons on her. She's dribbling all over, finally able to get it to Johnson. Johnson has that one almost taken away. Kramer able to get it away, though. Kramer sends it upfield, looking for Manuel. That ball, though, rolling a little too far. Jacobson can't catch it. Good job on the box out there by the Packers. That was Odegaard not letting Jacobson catch up to it.
West Fargo with possession now, and with 8 minutes left and down 3, you really just want to get something going. You really just want to push that ball up the field and see what you can have happen.
At this point, you're right, Will. You really just want to drive downfield, crash the ball with everyone, and just give it everything you got here. Can't play tight when you're down 3. Once again, some physicality causes that play to be blown dead. It'll be West Fargo ball. Johnson over to Broughton, back to Johnson. She sends it up to Kramer. Kramer looking for Birtsfield, intercepted by Kelsch. Sent back down into the neutral zone. Lee trying to keep it in place. She cannot. Day will throw in. Day tossing that one downfield, straight to Post. Post, nice pass looking for Hansen. That one, though, didn't appear to be ready for it. Came a little quicker than I think she was expecting and was not able to get to it. 6:50 left in this game now. Johnson will clear this one down. Johnson's kick looking for Kramer just over her head, but then a good job by Birtsfield to get it into the neutral zone. Nifty footwork there. Aussier, but then down goes. Wow, a big collision there. Lee went down. She pops up, though. Good to see that. As we said, physical game here. A couple of tumbles. Odegaard with the kick now. Her ball up to Birtsfield. Birtsfield and Day battling it out. Birtsfield could not get that one past Kelsch, though. Lee closing in, but she will not get there in time. Ball goes out of play. Birtsfield will throw in. Quick little toss in. Lee over to Birtsfield. Ball played out of bounds by Kelsch. Sauter's throw. Right back to Odegaard. That ball high into the air. Heinrich retreats and grabs for the Deacons. Nice pass up to Kelsch. Deacons now breaking out of their zone. Kelsch had a pass that went right off the back of Kramer. Manuel able to get back to it and give to Jacobson. Jacobson down the far side. Post going to try to catch up to it. No way, though. Ball easily grabbed by Lovgren, though. Lovgren on the kick. It's a high one. Jacobson fighting for it. Takes a bounce back into the Packer zone, and then down goes Manuel. Fight for the ball. Kelsch, U-turn, takes it away. Tabby Kelsch now playing it up to Post. Opportunity. Post closing in on it. It's Post and Odegaard, but Odegaard is able to clear. Ball rolls out of bounds. Awaiting the call now. I do believe we have a corner kick. Heinrich trying to get that one on net, but it's headed right back to her. Packer D holding strong. Heinrich pops that one up, but it goes out of play, taken by the wind. 3:45 left in this one.
In the last few minutes, Deacons have been able to make a couple subs, get a lot of young players in there, and get them some varsity time.
Definitely, we've seen both teams putting in their younger players. As we know, both these teams have a nice pool of young talent. I think both these teams should be pretty strong in years to come. Obviously, both very capable right now, but bright futures on both squads. Meanwhile, Birtsfield goes down, got sandwiched there between Meyer and Kelsch. See on that replay, just kind of takes a tumble there in between the two players.
And what about Brooklyn Keeney getting the shutout as a 7th grader?
Potentially 3 minutes left, though. The Packers looking to do some damage here. Odegaard hesitates. Now she sends it down. In there fighting for it. Battle won by Meyer, who got it up to Kelsch. Kelsch now looking for Manuel. That ball going to be a little too far past. Jacobson able to get back to it for Shanley, though. Manuel turning around, looking for someone to give it off to. Heinrich plays it to the other Heinrich. Hansen with it for the Deacons. Hansen's ball right up to Post. Post, though, couldn't get through the Packer D. Now giving chases Kelsch. Kelsch pops one up high and splits the uprights. That ball just a little too high above the crossbar. Can't blame her for taking that, though. It's worked more than once for the Deacons so far.
Here comes West Fargo subs.
Packers also making some substitutions, getting some fresh faces, younger players in there. West Fargo looking to settle this ball down. It's been flying around, just trying to clear it out of the zone. Manuel gets it back to Heinrich. Heinrich sends one just wide of the net. Under 1:30 left in this one. Odegaard's kick. Straight to Hansen, although no one else there for the Deacons. Odegaard going to give it another try. That ball, Kleepsey's with it. Up to Birdsfield. Birdsfield with Kelshoner. Hansen looking for Meyer. Kramer, nice little pass there. No looker over to Sauter, but then it rolls out of bounds. Under a minute remaining now. Hansen on the throw-in. Over to Kelsch. Kelsch now with it. In front of the net. Kelsch plays that one over to Manuel. Inside, on centering towards the net. Popped back out. Meyer, though, there for the Deacons. Meyer can't keep it in. Deacons unable to keep that ball in the Packers zone. Now they're going to look to bust out. It's Lamberts. Lamberts going to give over to Kramer. Kramer at the 50, able to get it up to her forward. Played up to Lamberts. Lamberts not able to get that one. Osier's ball just a little too far in front. 15 seconds left now. That ball rolling into the Packers zone. Post able to get to it. Post going to send it on towards the net, and Lovgren gets the easy grab. 5 seconds left now. And Lovgren going to give this one last kick as time expires. And this one is in the books. The final score, Shanley 3, West Fargo nothing. And Will, you know, we saw some good things from both teams today. West Fargo had a great first half, but in the end, what was the difference here?
I think what really was the difference was Shanley capitalizing on the opportunities and taking advantage of those opportunities. West Fargo is going to look in the future to shoot more when they see how those openings, making sure they're getting shots off. But Shanley, lucky today, they were thinking about those shots. They were thinking about taking their opportunities, and that really made the difference.
Well, before we go, we'd just like to remind you, coming up at the end of the year, don't miss our broadcast of Shanley High School's 2016 graduation ceremony. That is Wednesday, May 25th. Coverage begins at 6 p.m., and we will broadcast the entire ceremony live on ShanleyTV.com. An archive version will also be available immediately following the broadcast. To view all of our upcoming broadcasts, go to ShanleyTV.com and click on the Upcoming Broadcast tab. See our very own Will Kenny go and grab his diploma. Congratulations to him and all our other senior members.
Well, thank you.
Well, in the end, in today's game, though, it was Shanley who came out on top in that 3-0 victory. Shanley continuing to roll, looking very good with the tournament just around the corner. Meanwhile, West Fargo going to have to reevaluate and figure things out before state and EDC come around. Well, for Will Kenny and our entire crew, I'm Jed Thomas. Your final score from Fargo, Shanley Deacons 3, West Fargo Packers 0. To watch the archived version of this entire game and our other broadcasts, go to ShanleyTV.com. The proceeding has been a presentation of Shanley TV.